It was 1952, and Firoz Gandhi was looking for a constituency to contest the first general elections in India. He was from Allahabad, but there were more experienced claimants like Jawaharlal Nehru and Lal Bahadur Shastri for a ticket from Allahabad. Keen on fighting an election, Firoz Gandhi looked for another constituency in Uttar Pradesh. His mentor, Rafi Ahmad Kidwai, brought him to Bareli. Firoz Gandhi went on to contest and win Lok Sabha elections from Bareli in 1952 and 57. And today, 72 years later, his grandson Rahul Gandhi has chosen this seat to contest from in Uttar Pradesh. The decision has brought much criticism for the Gandhis and given the BJP more ammo against the opposition. This is Economic Times Special Elections Podcast, Polls on My Pod. In this episode, we will bring you the big ticket contests and, of course, the stories from the ground. It is Wednesday, the 8th of May. From the Economic Times, I'm your host Nidhi Sharma, and you're listening to the Morning Brief. At 7:45 a.m. on May 3rd, Congress finally ended several weeks of suspense and declared its candidates from the two high-profile seats of Amethi and Bareli in Uttar Pradesh. Rahul Gandhi decided to avoid a face-off with Union Minister Smriti Irani, who had defeated him in 2019. He instead chose Bareli, and the long-time trusted family aide KL Sharma has been fielded from Amethi. While the Congress was left defending the family's decision, BJP did not let this go. Within hours, at an election rally in Bardhaman in West Bengal, Prime Minister Narendra Modi used this decision to attack the Gandhi family.
मैंने पहले ही बता दिया था कि शाहजादे वायनाड में हारने वाले हैं और हार के डर से जैसे ही वायनाड में मतदान समाप्त होगा वो तीसरी सीट खोजने लग जाएंगे और अब दूसरी सीट पर भी उनके सारे चेले चपाटे कह रहे थे अमेठी आएंगे लेकिन अमेठी से भी इतने डर गए वहां से भागकर अब रायबरेली में खोज रहे हैं रास्ता। ये लोग घूम कर सबको कहते हैं डरो मत, मैं भी आज उन्हें कहता हूं और बड़े जी भर के कहता हूं, अरे डरो मत, भागो मत।
Within the first 24 hours, it was evident that optics of this decision to avoid Amethi contest has not been favorable for the Congress. My colleague C.L. Manoj from the Economic Times Political Bureau says this.
Moving out of Amethi certainly is not a good optics for the Congress party. It is even acknowledged by Congress leaders. UP Congress wanted to signal that after the 2019 setback, they want to fight back. And it is also important to know that despite all their setbacks the Congress party faced in the last election, still you have the congressmen in UP working and fighting against the BJP. And there are 19 candidates are fighting against the BJP. They are staking their career. They are fighting very difficult election, but they do it because they have certain, convictions being a congressperson. The Congress workers are on the street because, after all, they have an emotional and political attachment to the party. And even when they know that it is a big challenge, they take it up. In that kind of situation, they obviously wanted none other than their leader Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, along with them leading the fight back, So therefore, it is not a good optics that Rahul Gandhi avoiding another fight against Smriti Irani and moving to Bareli, and Priyanka Gandhi not contesting.
After the death of Feroz Gandhi, Indira Gandhi made her debut in Lok Sabha in 1967 and chose Bareli as her constituency. In 1971, she won the election by over 1 lakh votes against Raj Narayan. But Raj Narayan was not willing to accept defeat and challenged the election in the court, alleging that Indira Gandhi, who was the Prime Minister then, had used government machinery in her campaign and had got an unfair advantage. In June 1975, there was a surprise verdict by Allahabad High Court, which held the election null and void. All of us know how this led to Indira Gandhi imposing emergency in just a few days. Today, Bareli may not be smooth sailing for Rahul Gandhi. His mother Sonia has been representing the constituency in Lok Sabha, but she's just been elected to Rajya Sabha earlier this year. Her victory margin has shrunk over the last 2 elections from 3.52 lakh in 2014 to 1.67 lakh in 2019. The contest cannot be taken lightly. From here, we move to the just concluded third phase of elections, which saw some high-profile contests. The star candidates whose fate has now been sealed in EVMs in this phase include Home Minister Amit Shah, Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia, Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia, and former Chief Ministers Shivraj Singh Chauhan and Digvijay Singh. My colleague Jatin Thakkar travelled to Rajgarh in Madhya Pradesh, from where Digvijay Singh is contesting against 2-term BJP MP Rodmal Nagar. Digvijay Singh has returned to Rajgarh after 3 decades. He won it in 1984. The former MP Chief Minister has been the go-to man for the Congress for tough contests. In 2019, he was fielded against Sadhvi Pragya Thakur from Bhopal and lost the election by 3.64 lakh votes. Here's what he has to say about contesting his last election.
So why are you saying this your last election?
Because it is my last election. I'm 77 years. We're going to fight at 22. Oh yeah.
Secondly, sir,
There are other things to do now.
Achha. Secondly, sir, we last time we contested from Bhopal. This time we are contesting from Rajgarh. The people say that's a pocket borrow of Digvijay Singh. Is it or is it a nursery of RSS?
It is a nursery of the RSS, which I have tried to build up my own constituency.
There have been reports of you appreciating RSS. Is it appropriate to use the word appreciating RSS?
I have gone public on this. I admire their commitment to their ideology. But their ideology, I don't
Subscribe to.
I don't neither subscribe nor support. Because in my own district, it goes against the essence of Sanatan Dharma. Because Sanatan Dharma is equal respect to all religions. But here, they want to sort of impose their ideology over others, which is not correct. Then they don't believe in democratic, I would say, system.
So you're trying to make it you're keeping your campaign a very localized campaign. Why is it so?
I'm not a national leader.
So you're basically focusing on local BJP candidate and anti-incumbency against him.
I'm a local candidate.
So that's why you're talking about only local candidate. So if you look at the assembly polls, the majority of the assembly seats in this Lok Sabha constituency are with the BJP. This is seen as RSS stronghold.
They were not so in the last 2018 elections. Out of 8, we had 6.
In 2018. So now it's reversed. 6 is with BJP, 2 are with Congress. So what do you see your biggest challenge in this election?
Biggest challenge is to fight the BJP organization.
So while Congress is trying to keep the contests in different constituencies local, BJP is absolutely clear. It is Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the ticket. His home state Gujarat has consistently voted for BJP. In fact, it is a saturation state for the last two general elections of 2014 and 2019, with BJP winning all 26 seats. The last time Congress won in Gujarat was 2009 elections when Congress-led UPA got a second term at the centre. In 2009, Congress had won 11 seats and BJP 15. This time, there is a new issue that is affecting the election. In March, Union Minister Purushottam Rupala made a statement in a function by a Dalit organization. The statement was seen as derogatory by the Rajput community, which is a devoted vote bank of BJP. The Rajputs comprise about 17% of Gujarat's population and wield political influence in Saurashtra, Kutch region. The issue has refused to die down despite Rupala's apologies. In fact, when I was traveling to Rajasthan for the elections, the Rajput community was still speaking about it. I am joined by ET's Gujarat correspondent DP Bhattacharya, who will tell us whether BJP has been able to do some damage control on this statement by Rupala and other issues dominating Gujarat elections. DP, tell us, you've been traveling through Gujarat, and Gujarat has always been an interesting state which very solidly votes for the BJP. What are the issues on the ground at present?
For the first time in last 10 years, across the seats, we are hearing the names of the candidates. These are candidates who are also contesting when it comes to Congress. BJP, however, is basically talking about Modi all across. So it's the Prime Minister Modi for BJP across the constituencies. But for Congress, it's essentially the candidates who are fighting. So certain specific seats where we see some kind of a contest shaping up, which was largely absent in the last two elections. That's number one. Number two, BJP has replaced about 13 sitting MPs. So there is certain amount of anti-incumbency in the ground against the sitting MPs. And then we also have some kind of discontent amongst the BJP workers, as at least 7 candidates have some link or the other with the Congress.
So, DP, there was this really explosive statement that Purushottam Rupala had made, which seems to be reverberating not just in Gujarat, but also in Rajasthan and neighboring states. This is to do with the Rajput community. Now, could you tell us what that exact controversy has been, and has the BJP been able to do some kind of damage control?
Nidhi, what Purushottam Rupala had actually said was an off-the-cuff remark that he made in a Dalit event. When he said that the Dalits did not really compromise with the aggressors, he used the word Akrantas, essentially meaning the Mughals and the Brits. And the kings carried out roti beti ka vyavhar, which triggered off the whole controversy. But what is interesting in the whole thing is that Rupala or no Rupala, this would have happened anyways. Kshatriya agitation would have happened anyways, because if you look at Gujarat politics, it essentially oscillates between the Kshatriyas and the Patidars. So once the Patidars did flex their muscles back in 2015 and that continued to 2017, Kshatriya agitation was in the making. So yes, this has become a major issue and it is hitting the party quite hard, particularly in the seats like Rajkot, Jamnagar, Sabarkantha, Anand in central Gujarat, to some extent Kheda. And BJP, both the state government and the party, has been trying its best to quell the issues. But, well, so far, under the surface, it is simmering and it looks like it'll simmer quite extensively until the election is over.
So, DP, what is the reason why BJP gets all seats in Gujarat or almost all Lok Sabha seats? Why can't Congress make a dent in the Lok Sabha seats?
See, for last 2 Lok Sabha elections, when this is happening, because of their USP that the son of the soil is becoming the Prime Minister of the country. So it is essentially marketing the Gujarati Asmita that has worked in their favor for the last 2 elections. it was like you have to vote to make Modi powerful. And that is exactly how they put this. So like posters, even now, if you look at the posters that have come up, it says that there is nothing wrong in Modi's reign. Modi na Rajma nathi koi khot. That is the phrase that is being used.
Gujarat is largely a bipolar polity with Congress and BJP engaged in direct face-offs. But this time, Congress is fighting in an alliance and has ceded one seat of Bharuch to Aam Aadmi Party. How much will this experiment work? We will know on June 4. India still has 4 phases of voting to go. Once again, before we wrap up, do go out there and vote. Hope you enjoyed listening to Polls on My Pod. This is all for today. I'm your host Nidhi Sharma signing off. This episode was brought to you by sound designer Rajas Nayak and producer Vinayak Agarwal. Executive producers Anirban Chaudhary and Arijit Barman. Thank you for listening, and if you like this episode, do spread the word around. All new episodes of the Morning Brief podcast drop every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It streams on Amazon Prime Music, JioSaavn, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. And of course, ET's own audio platform, ET Play. Have a great week ahead. All clips used in this episode belong to their respective owners. Credits mentioned in the description.